There he is.
The scene that I choose to analyze is towards the end of the movie during the approach or approaching the inmost cave. During the scene, we see Darren Cross lead Hank and his daughter Hope to the lab for his final presentation for the Yellow Jacket.
Just in time. Come on.
During this scene, take notice of how blue the lab is. The walls, doors, interior lighting, and floors are all blue. We also see that Darren is wearing an all-blue suit. Now watch what happens when he approaches the door.
12-point verification.
A little over the top, don't you think, Darren?
Confirming.
With this over-the-shoulder medium shot, we see that Darren matches the color of the door and almost seems to blend into it. Not only that, but Hope is wearing the same shade of blue. It matches the lab as well. The color blue is associated with depth, stability, and loyalty. It is also significant to remember that early in the movie, Hank said that to make things grow bigger, Scott needed to throw the blue disc. The fact that Darren is matching his lab symbolizes that his work has overpowered him and it has become his obsession.
Authorization.
No, you can never be too safe.
Access granted.
The dialogue is very important during this scene as well. We hear the audio system say that he has completed step 12 of the security system, and Hank says that it's a little obsessive to have such a system. But Darren thinks that it's better to be cautious. This again proves that Darren is becoming more obsessed with his work. Anytime that Hank is standing next to Darren or is seen in an over-the-shoulder shot, there is a sharp contrast because Hank is wearing a lightly tanned suit. This symbolizes that Hank disagrees with his work and what the lab has been doing since he left. With the use of the establishing shot of the lab, we can see the yellow undertones used with interior lighting.
Gotta hand it to you, Darren.
When Hope wears blue, that reminds the audience that she used to work with Darren and was loyal to him instead of her dad.
You really did it.
And you only know the half of it, Hank.
The next thing we see is a medium shot of the helicopter with the investors stepping out, and it is really yellow. Once they step out, it becomes a wide shot and the yellow helicopter has blue undertones. The color yellow foreshadows the intent of the investors because it symbolizes deceit and cowardice, which becomes relevant later on. The blue undertones relate back to the investors and the cooperation with the lab's work. The next part we see is the investors walking into the lab and they immediately start talking about how they accept the negotiations and how the Yellow Jacket will prove well with Hydra, which is an evil Nazi-based group that started back in the 1940s with Captain America.
Hello, Dr. Cross. My associates have agreed to your terms.
Wonderful. Mr. Carson introduced me to these fine gentlemen here, the representatives of Hydra. They're not what they were. They're doing some interesting work. And I'm enjoying myself. You tried to hide your technology from me, and now it's gonna blow up in your face. Wow. Wow. I mean, I saw the punch coming a mile away, but I just figured it'd be all pathetic and weak.
Well, you figured wrong.
This proves the suspicions the audience had when they saw how yellow the helicopter was. This is all significant to the hero's journey because these colors are able to show the audience what drives the mentor, shadow, and shapeshifter.